Hello children, I am Vaishali madam. So now we are going to begin with our new lesson, lesson number 7, saying without speaking. So basically in this lesson we are going to learn to identify and discover the importance of sense organs to know the world around us, compare, classify and know the difference in the life of the people who cannot see, who cannot hear or who cannot speak. Yes, and the next is know about the different expressions. Okay, now let us proceed with the lesson. So see children, basically there are 5 sense organs, right? We hear with our ears, we see with our eyes, we smell with our nose, we feel with our skin, and we get the taste with our tongue. On page number 45, the lesson begins with a game, Dumb Sharas. We are supposed to play it in the class, but as you are away, we will not be able to do that, and I am going to explain you the game. So here the group is divided into 2. Like if we are 40, will be divided into 20, and then it's a group game. So we'll decide about the word, and then the group will have a common word, and then we'll put it in a bowl or a box, and the member of the other team will pick up that word. It can be of any film, it can be of any character, it can be a song, it can be a movie, it can be about a book, it can be a famous dialogue. Okay, and then we'll put that chit in a box, and the member of the opposite team is going to pick up that cheat within the given time frame. They are supposed to guess it, and then with the actions they are supposed to show it to their team members and then convey it, and if they are able to guess it in that time frame, they win the game and they get the points. So this kind of rounds will be repeated for both the teams, and finally the team which has more scores is going to win. Have understood how to play Sharaz. So that is what the first page talks about. Now coming on the next page, we have to look at the picture, and we can see that children are talking through actions in the picture. See, so now see, most of us can hear and speak, but there are some people who can neither hear nor speak. Yes, these people talk through actions. Okay, because they also need to communicate, right? So this talk through the actions. They understand what the other person is saying by studying their lip movements. Okay, now let us know. The one who cannot speak is called, yes, dumb. The one who cannot speak is called dumb. The one who cannot hear is called deaf. The one who cannot hear is deaf. And the one who cannot see is blind. Okay, so these are the different disabilities. Okay, then now let us try to find out the answers. The people who can neither hear nor speak talk through actions, right? Then they understand what the other person says by studying their lip movements. Okay, coming to page number 46. All of us cannot do everything. Some of us can sing well, some are good at sports, some are good at drawing, right? So everybody has different skills and different capabilities. So like all the children who cannot speak and hear also go to the school to read and write. In the school they use the sign language. Okay, so now let us read about a child who cannot hear yet who can do many things. Coming to page number 47, here is an extract from a poem. I have a sister, my sister is deaf. Here there is a small girl, Chakku. She cannot hear and she is deaf by birth. So from the birth only she is not able to hear, and her elder brother is Nandu, and Nandu and Chakku play together. Chakku plays the piano very well and she likes to feel the deep rumbling chords, but she will never be able to sing, and she cannot hear the tunes. She likes to leap, to tumble, to roll, to climb to the top of the monkey bars. So she is very active physically. And now my sister has started going to the school, although she doesn't like her mother helps her because she understands by lip reading. Okay, and the teacher and the children do not understand every word she says. Like sister or water or thumb, they don't understand, but gradually they will also adjust, right? Then Nandu adds that once he wore the sunglasses, that is yesterday, and the frames were very large, so his sister Chaku was not able to look into his eyes to understand what he is saying. So she asked him to take them off. Okay, what do my brown eyes say to her brown eyes? So that is very important, because that is the way they are going to communicate, right? As we have already discussed previously, that how our face acts as a mirror. So whatever our feelings are, they are shown on our face, and the other person would actually understand what we are feeling, what we are trying to say from our face itself. So now followed with the exercise. This is Aftab. His favorite toy has fallen down and broken. He is sad. How will his face look? Of course, he'll feel sad. SAD, sad is not happy. So something like this we can draw and complete the picture, right? Then the next is, this is Julie. Her little sister was born just yesterday. She's very excited. How will her face look like? Happy and excited. So how is the drawing going to be about her expression? Yes, something like this. She is happy and excited. Now the next example is, this is Yamini's mother. Today while Yamini was taking out the bottle of pickle from the kitchen, it fell from her hand and broke. Draw the look on her mother's face. Angry face. Of course, mom is going to be very annoyed if you do something like this, right? So how is her face going to be like? Yes, something like this. An angry face of mom. Oh, I'm scared. Coming to the next example, this is Rehana. She is afraid of dogs. While playing, suddenly a dog came in front of her. How will Rehana's face look like? She's going to be very scared because she is afraid of dogs. Okay, so her face is going to look something like, yes, like this. Very scared. So complete the drawing expressions in your textbook itself and finish the exercise. Okay, now here we are going to learn about how the mudras and the bhavs are used in the dance to convey and to express the feelings. As we have already discussed that our face is a mirror of our feeling. Whatever is going inside, we can express it. It is shown on our face. Now our face is a mirror. Coming to important point. Our eyes tell a lot. Small children tell a lot through their face and their hands. Even before they learn to speak, they understand a lot. See, when you are growing up, when you are a baby, you don't start speaking, right? But first you use the actions, right? You have eye contact. So this is the way we begin our communication, because our face is the mirror and it helps us to communicate. There are few expressions that we have. Have you felt many of them? Yes. We are happy, we are sad, we are scared, we are hot, we are worried, and we are also angry at times, right? So these are the different expressions that our face shows, because it is the mirror of our feelings. Now naming the mudras given on page number 50. The first one is Mukul Mudra. Number 2 is Padma Mudra. Padma is lotus flower. The lotus flower mudra. The third one is Mriga Shirsha Mudra. Mriga is deer. See, it looks like the deer's head, right? Mriga Shirsha Mudra. And the fourth one is Matsya Mudra. What is Matsya? Fish. Does it look like fish? Yes. So it is Matsya Mudra. So this is the way the mudras are shown. There are many more mudras. Coming to the last activity is think and tell. You have to look at the pictures. This is a picture reading activity and try to frame a story out of it. I hope you have understood the lesson. Thank you, children.